Okay, Hangout is now live.
It might take a couple seconds to click it.
To my email address. Exactly. Very tired of attending.
Now, let me just tell you this. This is the only one. Here, I'm going to back up.
Oh, yeah.
You have 9. How are they? So it's technically guys out. See, I too. They're a little concerned.
It's at the 10.
Again?
Please say hi to Wendy Hanser.
Hi to who?
Wendy Hanser. Say hi.
Hi.
I'm going to put her on this desk right here. I was going to go to another one because I've already done this
Yeah, I
one.
was like,
So I'm just going to put her right there
Facing that
staring at
way?
the screen.
Okay.
Google short link with her so she can open that up again
yeah,
today.
yeah.
And if it dies out, I'm going to come back in here and restart. There were a few times yesterday that just kind of stopped, and I'll bring it back in if I need to.
Okay.
Okay. And all these are being archived too, so we should be able to pull them up later and watch them. Here, these are being archived.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What is it?
He doesn't do a lot of like. Yeah.
We're gonna get started in a minute or so, but this link is in 2 places. It's on the schedule, which you can find if you go to your shared with me and type schedule, it'll come up. Or you can type this short Google link that's in the bottom right-hand side of my screen right now that I'm projecting, because there will be some links in here that you'll want to click on. So you'll want to open this presentation on your computer. So if you have the schedule, it's linked. Yeah.
All right. What do I know? Oh.
They're really nice to walk in. I mean, I think yeah.
Jason?
They probably.
Is that her writing? I have a problem. I'm gonna ask her, are you in there?
Hey, morning. Morning.
That's most of the first time. Really, what am I looking for? Summer kids.
Either, yeah, if you're either searching summer, type camp. If you type summer up here in the center, up in this search
Oh, I
bar,
didn't see it.
just hit enter, and then everything will have summer.
Formative.
Okay, add text.
It's like, it's a book we read.
Yeah. No?
Yeah.
I'm going to be that. You shared it.
I have it. What's it called? Like
Summer
Tech
You
Camp.
had it in your share.
So weird that some-
Are you signing, you're signing right here?
Yeah.
That is weird.
What I did, well, I have it because I have the EPUB file, but when you send that email, it's a link, I saved it as a copy, so I have it. I don't know, I didn't intentionally copy it. Like,
Yeah.
who knows, maybe I
Yeah.
did, but.
Well, if you copied it, it wouldn't be in your shared anyway, it would be in your regular drive.
Well,
Copy
then,
would be
so
something
then
you
share
want.
with me.
Can I type in your name?
Okay, here, yeah, you want to share it? I'll just-
Okay.
Because I'm not reading the guitar.
I got it open, I'll do it, Julie.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But the guitar, not really.
But
But they make like strings, everything, guitar, violin.
It's like somebody at work.
Okay, so I didn't realize how tricky some of these things are to see up on the screen too. So if I am referring to something you can't see, just go ahead and take a look at the presentation on your.
Did you get it? Really frustrating. Yeah, this is like.
So I'm going to basically talk about some different options for using technology for assessment. And then I'm going to kind of do a brief. What are all these things? I'm going to let you take a quick vote on which ones you want me to go through in more depth. I'll show you where all 6 of these things are linked. But if I go through and teach you 6 different things to use technology for assessment right now, you're going to walk out in an hour, like knowing, one bit of each of those 6 things. So I'm going to kind of go into probably 2 things in depth based on your vote. And then the other ones are all there for your information anyway. So also I'm going to warn you right now, I always worked off the smartboard or Promethean board, so I'm not used to using them. Just if I look like I don't know what I'm doing, it's kind of because I don't. So because I never do extended screen and I'm never like tethered to a back of the room, so this is very, oh, and that didn't even work. So Google Slides has some awesome like built-in features that don't always work like they're supposed to. So Google Slides has a play video when you advance slides. And it's done. So that was just my fun little video anyway. So, see, I can't see from here.
It just says it'll play up video.
I know, but like on some of the other ones, when I can't
Can we
see.
mute her reader?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but it's just so many days.
Now, is that a video off of YouTube, or did you upload it, or what?
Yeah, that was just inserted right from YouTube with it starting at that
Okay, so
time
inserted
stamp,
to-
starting at one.
Okay. So it plays on Vivo then, huh?
Mevo is the name of the.
Or it was originally posted to Vivo and then YouTube? Is there a time limit? Like Twitter is 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yes, you know what, Travis knows the exact time for YouTube. I put 8 seconds, so I know that's well under the time. That's a really good question. We should definitely look into that. So there is a time limit as far as copyright is what Dan's referring to, like that you can use people's videos or songs or whatnot.
And this is Google what?
This is just a Google slide,
Google Slides.
yes.
Okay.
So when you go through your drive, just like you can open a doc, you can open a Google Sheet, you can open a Google Slide, it's their PowerPoint if you want to relate it to something. So how will we know? How will we know what the students know and kind of why is that important? So how can we use assessment? I'm going to have you, as soon as this loads here, go to, you can do this one of 2 ways. You can type in this link, pollev.com/JuliePowell590, and I want you to answer this question for me. How can we use assessments? Put 1 word, put 2 words, don't give me sentence or phrases, put 1 word, hit enter, put another word. You can also text to 37607. You text Julie Powell 590 and you'll join my presentation that way as well. And as soon as start answering, it'll pop up here. And if you do it on your computer, leave that link open because we're gonna do something else with that in a couple minutes.
Do you have the,
Yes.
I didn't get the original, get your PowerPoint.
Oh, do you have some text?
It's somewhere here. Yeah. Okay. Do we have enough windows open?
Yes.
You know what, you need to create suspend because it suspends
everything.
background, if it stop, works quicker. Because I use it in my last chance.
Okay, 1 word or 2 words, hit submit. Give me another answer. There we go, now we have some. So for a grade book, assessing, for reteaching, for mastery, knowing what they know, content. You'll notice if you put a couple of words, it is going to kind of split them up. This word cloud is a great way to get kids thinking about their ideas as well as other people's ideas without kind of that, fear of sharing my answer is not right. If a lot of people put the same thing, it's going to work just like a, what were they called? Wordle. The old Wordle, a lot of people used to use. If we get the same answer a bunch of times, you'll start to see that word get bigger. And we kind of talk about these things. I'll tell you before I do something like this in the classroom, I definitely tell the kids about, what an appropriate answer is. On the teacher end of this, I have a couple of options. I can, for example, not accept emojis, which is an excellent little checkbox in middle school. Yesterday, and apparently we're teachers too, because yesterday when I did this, immediately it was like emoji. So obviously something I talk about as well. So we get instruction nice and big now, feedback nice and big, because we've seen that answer multiple times.
So is it doing the same words over and over again in different order right now?
It moves as people add an answer.
Okay.
So once we're stopped adding answers, it's done. It's going to be static. And I can get this picture out of here through my Poll Everywhere account. I can pull this picture out and keep it for later if I were to want to. But usually it's just kind of a good discussion starter. Get some more words out there.
You make it sort of a link they click, or do they have to type in?
You know what? My link is actually always going to be the same to my Poll EV.
Oh, okay.
So I got assigned pollev.com/JuliePowell590.
All the time.
So yes, I can post that on Classroom. I can put that on my website so that they're not typing it in. For these purposes, I just thought just throw it into your computer really quickly. And again, if you put it in your computer, leave it up. If you use it on your phone, I'm going to make you put it in your computer in a second for another little activity, and I'll show you a different way this can be used because it's not just a Wordle. Okay, so formative assessment and summative assessment. Formative is assessments for learning during instruction. We need to include feedback in order for it to be meaningful. Summative is of learning. That's your grade book. What do they know? It occurs after the instruction. So these different websites and add-ons can be used for either. Some of them kind of work better on one versus the other. So this is where the titles are really tricky to see. So if you're looking at this on your screen, it might be easier. So these are the 6 choices of things I can go through. So Poll Everywhere is what you just saw. That can be used as a standalone site, or it can be used in a Google slide. Multiple choice, true, false, free response, ranking, order, which you're going to see ranking in a second. Edpuzzle. This site allows you to crop, edit, record video. You can use video. You can add questions to it to make it a little more interactive and engaging. It's just your different take on showing a video in the classroom where the kids can do it individualized. They can stop, they can rewind, but then they're also quizzed as they're taking it. So it's removing that worksheet where we all answer the same questions while we're watching the video and giving it a little bit of an interactive feel. It auto grades, which is always a great thing for quick grouping or just as a time saver in general. Video notes is another take on that, showing the video in front of class. This one would be used with a video where they might be getting some information they want to refer back to later. Because what happens is a note screen pops up right next to the video. The kids type notes as they watch the video. They can be little 1-word, 2-word things. And then when they go back to this video, if they click on their note, it pulls it back to that timestamp in the video. So they can go back to, what was I learning right here? Or if they just kind of, you know, for, I use it for like the engineering design process where I have steps in the process. And then I always have them throw a note in when it talks about a new step. Because now if they want to go back and refer to it, okay, what do we do in the create phase? And they can click create and it brings it right to that timestamp in the video. So kind of depending on your content or depending on your subject matter, that may work or may not. And not as much with the little guys, I would say, on this one. This one's definitely more the student has to kind of do it. Over here, Padlet is awesome. It is currently blocked in our district. I am working on it. It is, I almost guarantee you with the new things that were added to it, we're gonna have it unblocked by the fall because it gives the teacher some more options to kind of shut it down and turn it on. So I did use this before it got blocked. So I have a couple of examples there of how I used it, and I can just show you really quick. It's like an online bulletin board. And I cannot see where I am. There we go. Oh, I thought it was open for staff though. I opened this before.
Try just refreshing. It's been running real slow.
Oh, it does say refresh. See if the other one. You might just totally skip that. Okay, awesome. It's something with the fall. We'll figure it out. We'll come back to it because it's a lot of fun. You can post links, you can post pictures, and all the kids post. It's basically like a big old bulletin board where everyone throws their kind of ideas together. It's a lot of fun. So hopefully soon. Quizzes. Has anyone used Kahoot? I know that the other schools have used Kahoot too, and that is also blocked, right? So Quizzes is a good alternative unblocked site that also, it's very similar as far as a review game, but the kids actually can go at their own speed, so I kind of like that.
Now, why is it blocked? Because Sue Mayer used it a lot this year with her students.
Kahoot?
Quizzes.
No, Quizzes is not blocked. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people have heard of Kahoot,
Okay.
so I make just saying Quizzes is similar to Kahoot, only it is not blocked,
Okay.
because Kahoot currently is. And again, as they add options to some of these sites that give the teacher a little bit more control over turning on and off some of that free posting stuff, we'll be able to get hopefully more of them unblocked. And then Summative. Google Forms has added a quiz feature. I don't know if anyone went to the Google Forms one over the last couple of days, or we did yesterday. Yeah, we did. I think it was yesterday twice. Summative is just kind of another way to give that quiz. So again, ideas for the kids, you know, just like Kahoot, they're going to come in the first time, they're going to love Kahoot. They're going to come in the second time, ooh, Kahoot. Third time, they're going to come in, they're like, oh, we're doing Kahoot again. So again, Summative is just another different way to give a kind of a graded quiz and do a review session. Fun as the other ones, but it's just, once it's different one time, that's always helpful. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do here is on that same link, you are going to vote. So this is a ranking vote. You're going to need to drag to the top the one you want to go over the most, and second place and third place, and so on. When you're done, hit submit. You'll see the live ranks change as people hit submit and rank these. So again, that's at pollev.com/Julie Powell 590. So you are just dragging to the top, the one you want to go over the most. And for example, if it's quizzes, and I know Peacock people, you've probably gone through that, and if you have, feel free to click on any one of the other links and you can look at one of the other things if quizzes doesn't interest you. Are we all again? Okay. So it looks like quiz is probably gonna end up in first place. Let's see. And I'm sure when I talk about these, you can probably hear which ones I like the most. Oh, I was gonna say, because this almost ended up the exact same order. as yesterday. Are we all in now? Okay, so I'll go over quizzes first, and then Summative. If we don't get to Edpuzzle, that really is another fun one. If you go to the link right out of my presentation and click on Edpuzzle, it'll walk you through a presentation of how to use it. Poll Everywhere has some information there too. And I think even VidNotes, Padlet, I was just going to show you it, so there's no presentation linked there, just the link to the site. So, quizzes. We are going to start on the student end of this, where you are going to play it. So, to join a game on quizzes, again, you can post this link, the link stays the same. You're going to go to join.quizzes, two Z's at the end, .com. The title got both of that, so sorry. Join.quizzes, two Z's, .com. And again, you can put that link so that the kids always have access to it. I had it posted on my web page, even though it is a short one, just because they can go right to it and click it. It comes right up. And then you're going to have to enter a code to join the game. When you enter that code, it's going to ask you your name. Again, I tell the kids first name, but you'll see as names pop up, if I hover right over a name, I have a quick delete option. So as soon as that first, oh, I didn't mean to actually delete you, Alex. Sorry. I was just hovering. My Chromebook clicked on it.
If the code got pushed to the upper right-hand corner, since people added, so looking for that code number, it's in the upper right-hand corner.
And then I tell them the avatar you get is just random. It's picked. You don't get to choose it. So
I get to change this. I guess that's
We're waiting on two more. 7. Waiting on one more, I think. 8. Okay, you're all in. So you're going to notice right away that you get your own pace to do this as opposed to Kahoot. For those of you who know Kahoot, you still get more points though if you get it right. Right now, but you have the option to turn this off in a classroom if you want to, depending on that classroom. Music on or off from the teacher end, so you have music playing on your end if you have the sound on your TV or on your. There, I don't know anything.
That was not nice. Yeah, the kids love the memes.
Yeah, he was mean.
Yeah, they love the memes.
I'm gonna show you on the teacher end specific sets of memes. You can let it do the stack memes, or you can make your own if you know, had an extra weekend and felt like it's super fancy. Miguel.
I loved Disney. I wish I would have.
Jumped in. Did you have an app for this too? So it's real easy to use on the iPad. Summit. And next year, I don't know how much those are up for sharing. Let me get a card in there. Yeah. Because that makes a game like that super quick to get on and do. So a couple things I can see on the leaderboard. I can see, you know, how far along they are. As people start to approach the finish, I can kind of tell them what to do as we're waiting. So I'm going to tell you right now, when you get to the end, you reach the end as you're waiting for others, there is a review option that I'll show you to kind of go through and review the ones you got wrong. Up in the top left, they always say how many questions there are, what question you're on. So as I see people are starting to finish, you're going to get a rank right now, but that rank kind of keeps changing until everyone is finished. So for those people starting to finish, I'm going to kind of go over and tell them to kind of scroll down. You get to review, you can review every question you got wrong. It'll tell you what the correct answer is. So you can be looking through that as we're waiting for everyone
They tell you after.
to finish. I know, but to go back and like, if you got a lot of them wrong, go back and like review.
And if I'm not mistaken, on quizzes, you can't, like, all the questions are mixed up for everybody, so you're not in the same spot.
You have the option. Yeah, I'll show you on the teacher part. You can jumble the questions or not jumble the questions. So
The student's neighbor might not even be on the same question, so
Right.
you can't copy or cheat or anything like that.
I tell them also that it's not smart to yell out the right answer when you got it wrong, because the person next to you might not be on that question yet, and you just gave everyone a free answer.
Do you insert these questions yourself or?
I'm gonna show you. You can insert them. This one I just found pre-made, and you can search by subject and find different pre-made ones.
Oh, I was saying, Disney.
I think I am.
My kids
I'm
didn't
just
watch it.
testing.
Yeah. It's shift full screen to go back to the Airshell. Is that what it is? You see this on my.
I don't know.
Yes.
There.
Okay. Okay. So, again, not something I would necessarily show in the classroom depending on what this is, but I could project everything everyone got right or wrong. Down here, this is definitely something I go through in the classroom, because what I can do is scroll really easily down to, for instance, number 8 and be like, whoa, we apparently really need to review Alice in Wonderland because we don't know which character sings the song. It's like, see, 6 of us got that wrong. So I can kind of scroll through this and highlight the questions that need to be highlighted quickly. I'm going to show you then, I can export the results if this was something I wanted to keep. And let's see, I'm going to show you some of the options available to you. So here on your quiz itself, you can set timers for how long each question pops up for. You can assign this as homework. So here's a test, public. So this is what it looks like. You can change, text. You can change the timer up here if you want to give them a time limit, or if you want to give them no time limit. You can set which ones are right or wrong, and you can add an image really quickly. So if you assign this as homework, it can like turn on at a certain time and turn off at a certain time, or just if you're setting it up ahead of time for class. And then there are types of things here. Oh my gosh. So it makes you pick kind of all this stuff so that when you go to search things, you have a better idea of what you're searching. So it makes you kind of tag what type of quiz this is. So when I go to assign it, is where I get my features. Oh, sorry. Oh, here, sorry. So, juggling the questions, juggling the answers. I can show the answers after each question, or I cannot show the answers after each question. I can turn that quiz review on at the end, or I cannot. I can turn the leaderboard on or off. I can use the question timer or not use it at all. Here's my names here. So I have it set up on default. So all of those were just kind of auto thrown in. I didn't go through them. I didn't create any of them. But if I click here, people who make sets can put them on there, but that's also where you can make your own too if you wanted to, you know, get super fancy and have some fun things to throw in for the kids. Or even if you want to copy one of their sets, but then maybe throw one of you in the middle or something like that, then it wouldn't be as much work. And then it's playing the music or not playing the music. So you do get a lot of options as far as how you're going to do it. Public here, you can search just about any topic and find somebody who made something. Whether or not it's good, you can add it to your quizzes, and now you have editing rights. So now you own it. So what's a topic of social studies, Mr. Peele, you teach? What's a
Ancient Egypt.
So there's ancient Egypt. I can pick which grade I'm looking for. I'm looking at middle school, and I can search, and now I can find everyone who has made one, how many questions are in it. The questions kind of preview down this side, so you can kind of see if it might be something you want to use. And then again, as soon as you add it to yours, you can change it, delete them, use as many as you want. So it's real nice to, you know, kind of save time by checking out what other people have already made. So any other questions on that? Yeah.
To get started, do
Yeah.
you, like, said, like, do we have to, like, I'm assuming we have to.
You have to make an account.
Okay, is that for you?
Oh, yes,
Okay.
it is there, yes, free account.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just go to,
It's real quick, you hit sign up, you type a couple things, you click on a link in an email.
For email, what do you recommend? You want to school it?
I do the school. Oh, yeah. I do the I test the 10.
Able to edit this? You can edit the pre-made ones or something?
Yeah, you're gonna want to add it first.
get started. Now, why am I
Oh.
already in?
One, sorry.
I didn't create an account.
You are. Yeah, sorry, so if you add one you found, you have to duplicate it, and then you can edit it, because it actually does, sorry, add that.
Wendy's on the computer, so
Oh, yeah.
she can hear you.
Yeah,
No, she
okay.
just texted me a question. She said she looked for the app and she found a student version. Is there a teacher version?
There's not a teacher version of the app itself, you would just go to quizzes, like, online. So, yeah, quizzes.com. I don't think, I've never used an app to create the quiz, I've sat down on a computer when I created something. So, I may not be totally correct on that.
So do we need to create our own account to begin with?
You need to create an account if you want to start saving them, yes.
Okay, so just go straight to quizzes?
Just hit sign up.
Oh, okay.
She said you could scramble.
Mhm. When you assign it, when you,
How can I log in now?
That's what you had, you just do that.
Oh.
okay,
So whenever you're done.
Hold on.
as far as changing.
Yeah, I just got to add to see what my options were.
Oh, yeah. Change whatever you want there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to make it so like, you're saying that to show the answer to the questions of the day.
Oh, schools. So. No. So for homework, that's what was the click home. Whatever, anything, yeah. Yeah.
Update your profile.
And then. Yeah, same thing. I thought it was like the last thing we did. Yeah. So you're just checking it out. Yeah.
I found at this stage, you're now, if, to get started here, do I have to click here then, or?
No. You would show this, or you would give this link and the kids would type join.quizzes.com. They would type the code and they're gonna start popping up right here. And then you just hit start after the kids are in.
So this is just like.
That's ready. Yes,
I see.
that's you
And
started.
then where's, so after they're clicked in, would it say start with this?
Their screen would look just like yours just did. It would just, you just put your name in and then you just sit and wait. It would say waiting for intro or whatever.
So right now, I can start here.
You can start with your name blank.
I'll play myself.
Like, yeah. We'll go into another tab and play and then you can hit start, yes.
And then you just go to.
That join.quizzes.
Yeah. Need that, field sets, yeah.
You did great. That's probably
Okay, so now, okay, so,
So are you playing? No.
publish. Okay, so I create my own account. Wonders of the world.
So, if you're ready for me to go on, I see a lot of people like who are like pulling up with this, so I don't want to move on either. If we're like right now, I'm just playing now, so.
Yeah.
Well, the second thing we talked that was ranked there was Summative, and honestly, I could probably show Summative pretty quickly and still go through Edpuzzle, because Summative is pretty straightforward as far as giving a quiz. I wasn't.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Public quizzes, can you take some questions off, or are they done?
Duplicate it.
So I can
And then
duplicate
you
it.
own it.
Because like it's
And then
really good,
do
but there's
whatever
a
you
couple
want.
that we
Yeah.
don't do, and then I
Yeah.
can pull those out.
Duplicate it, and then you just go
All
through
right,
and X
thank
out
you.
anything you don't want to
Okay.
change whatever you don't want.
Thank you.
Any other things on quizzes? I will definitely warn you that it happens just like with Kahoot though. It's like 7th grade, I think this year started using a lot of quizzes because like I remember I showed Bergman one time and then he showed, and so then all of a sudden like 3rd quarter, my 7th graders come in and I've got my beginning of the quarter quizzes and they're like, oh, quizzes. So it's just like anything, like it's kind of switching it up. It's one new different thing, but right. If you start throwing every quiz, which is why now this one isn't quite as fun, but again, it's just another different way to kind of do the same thing. So you can add multiple choice questions, you can add true false questions, you can add short answer questions. This is Summative. Again, you would need to create an account, but just like quizzes, your kids don't need an account. That's what's really nice about both of these. They go right to a link you give them, and in Summative, they join a room. So you create a room name. That's your room name always, all the time. You also have the control of starting the quiz and stopping the quiz, which is really nice because if everyone get all set up and in the room and ready, and then I say, okay, when I hit start, then I do this more for quizzes, but you can do it for a review too. And I say, okay, when I hit start, it's on your desk. So I know you may be sitting in front of a computer or have an iPad, but it's like same as if I was passing out a quiz right now. So, and then you get some great report features with this as well. So it's very easy to kind of set up making a quiz. This one doesn't have that public feature where you grab other people's things. It does have some nice features where you can download it. So for that kid who maybe does still need a piece of paper, even if everyone else is good on the computer, or I'll sometimes download a couple extra, honestly, just for a couple of kids might want the paper next to them and the computer. So I usually still have a couple of paper copies. I still have them answer it on the computer because then again, they're done and you have their grades immediately, real time. They have their grade immediately in real time as well. So
Export that to the gradebook program or?
You know what? I don't know how well it works with Teacheries. I'll show you what the report looks like. You can alphabetize it really quickly. So I sit with 2 windows and it's so it's a really quick process. I heard that Summative talks to Teacheries specifically, and I haven't figured out how. And I haven't looked into it that much just because I don't give like a terrible amount of quizzes on this either. It's just, again, like quizzes, I give 1 quiz on this. So just to kind of change that up. You could very easily give all of your quizzes on this. So I didn't set one up for you guys to play on the student end. It's just going to look like a quiz. You're going to click through it. I'm going to show you a couple of nice features on the teacher end. So I have every time I've turned this quiz on and off. I mean, so this quiz was taken in September, those might have been me playing because that's 5:30 p.m. So, but this is, definitely 8th grade period 2. And I can, when I save that, if I want to put that in the name, I can, but I just look at the time and I know which class that was. And then I have 2 8th grade, 2 7th grade, 2 6th grade, 2. So I don't give a quiz 6 times in a day or 5 times in a day. That might be something middle school might want to do. So this is so this is on just my task account. So this is back to forensic science in September of 2015. I can pull every kid's grade up right now, like very. So I can get the report. If I want an individual PDF, this is nice because when I do this, maybe that kid needs to review this, retake it. I'll print just, I'm not going to print it. I'm not going to download, well, I'm going to download a real quick one. What it'll give me is it'll give me a file folder that has every kid in the classes. So every kid who took this. So let's see, let's go to Jack Murphy there. And I can open up just his quiz and just print his quiz. And he can see what he got wrong, what he got right, what he answered. He can take this, he can study and, come back to me when he's ready to retake it or whatever. So I can pull up by each kid. I don't always print those. Those can be emailed home as well, which I
But
definitely
was that
have
your
done.
quiz or is that did you create that quiz?
I created it.
Oh.
Yep, and it's just like if you have there's some import features, but it's not, I don't know, terribly long if you had something already in a Word document or something. This definitely works a little bit easier with multiple choice type things.
And then they just click like that black circle, that's their.
That's not this is not what the quiz looks like for the kid. For the kid, it's one question at a time. This is an
I see.
export of his results after he finished.
The next time that pops up on their computer, that question, will the answer always be C world or might it be A world the next time?
Oh, yeah, I can jumble the answers,
Okay.
just like in
And did you create that like a Google Forms or how did you create that?
the quiz.
Yeah.
So you go to quizzes, add a quiz, create one. So this is where I have the import feature. I say what the title is. I say how I want the questions. It limits you in that they're all multiple choice or they're all free response. So sometimes I give us, this is where I would give a section of it multiple choice and then have them write something else.
But now
separately.
you're in Socrative right now.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, I moved on, sorry.
Okay.
This was the number 2 thing to look through, Socrative, so I moved on to go through Socrative.
Okay.
So it's just putting a question in, putting the answer, again, score which one's correct. You can have it tell the kid, there's options where you can have the kid tell them as they take it.
Is there a reason why you can't add students to your default room? So I created my room and
Yeah.
I click add to the roster and it says rosters aren't allowed for the default room.
I've never done this for it. The link with the kids type
So
out
you
and then
don't
they
add
just,
the roster.
no, I just have the kids, just type, I mean, here, I'll start one of these quizzes and show you. So, to do this quickly, why don't you type in the search bar Socrative student? It'll give you Socrative student. It'll give you a student login.
Socrative.
Student. Yeah. Yeah, there's first thing that popped up. So all the students say is a room name. So POW 003. Start flashing, saying it's waiting for activities. I didn't start anything yet. And I'll start it all 3 at the same time.
So you typically wait until all the kids are logged
Yes.
in and then start.
I have everyone flashing, waiting for me, because then I give my last set of directions. So I always say that the first thing is going to ask for your name. It does say last name, comma, first name. Please enter it like that. It is super helpful for you because when the grades dump out, then you can alphabetize much quicker. You can change that if they answer it the other on the exported results. But I always say last name, last name, last name. I can repeat it 10 times, and then I'll start it. So this here again, so I can see here. So I'm going to go to my quiz now. Oh, I don't remember what this was. Okay, So I go to launch on the teacher screen. And I'm gonna pick the quiz I want to start. So I'm gonna use this. This was something I taught at a PD last February, so it's got some like random questions. And then I get choices here where you can see immediately you got it right or wrong. I can teacher pace it where it goes on to the next one. I can here shuffle the questions. Over on the right, I have shuffle the questions, shuffle the answers, show question feedback, which is if you got it wrong, I can set up what I want it to tell you if you got it wrong, and then show final score or not at the end. So those are things you turn on or off depending on what you're doing with this. If it's just a quiz, I would probably do those and let them see the final score. I don't always put question feedback in. Sometimes I do, just kind of depending on what the question is. So I'm going to start it. So as soon as I hit start, it's going to pop up on your screen. Oh, it's how do I want it? So open navigation lets you jump around questions. Instant feedback means as soon as you get that question wrong, it's going to tell you you got that question wrong. And then teacher pace is I put everyone in the first question. I put everyone in the second question. So I generally go instant feedback. You can see the teacher side up here. This is what I see while you're taking the quiz. So if you want to answer a question, take a look up. So obviously I taught this professional development before on February 18th. So I have like a bunch of random questions about like, oh, and I did put feedback in this one. Forgot. So I can see right now who's getting what right and wrong, what they answered wrong. Like, you know, if I see everyone put B here and got it wrong, I'm like, ooh, what was B? What happened there?
So there's only one wrong answer.
I might have seen that wrong. Just took these.
I mean,
Oh boy. So, and if I, again, keep this screen up on my computer, I can go start checking in with people. I know Holly's finished and who's gonna need something to do, so she doesn't start, you know, talking to Tom on question 1 or something. And then after everyone's, and then on the teacher end, I always have something blinking if I have a quiz running, so I know to stop it, because I have to manually stop the quiz here. All right, so now that everyone's finished, I can hit finish and turn it off. Now, even if somebody else comes into my room and hits PAL 003, that quiz is off. They don't have access to this quiz. As soon as I hit this finish button, it turns off. And now it immediately gives me those report options that I was looking at. To launch is just going right back here. That doesn't mean those reports aren't there. They're always there. You can go back on them. So here's these reports again. So I can just do a whole class Excel and show you what I get. Oh, this is going to be Excel and then open it sheet. So, and here's my results. So again, like I said, I tell those kids last name, comma, first name, because I can real quickly adjust this for my grade book, as well as, and that's their score.
Now quizzes, can you turn that on and off or not?
Yes, because I hit start. Yes. But on quizzes, when the last person finishes, that one is done. This I could turn back on and I could leave it on for the night if I, for instance, wanted kids to just do it as a review. I mean, I guess quizzes, you can do it as a homework
Well,
assignment.
the kids log into quizzes, but they can log in anytime, right?
Right, but they can't just start taking it on quizzes either.
They need that.
They need the code you gave them, they
Right.
need you to hit start. But they can't, you sign it as homework. So again, just another different way, you can launch this as a space race. So I can launch that exact same quiz as basically as a review game. I can pick how many teams are playing. So now, you know, this whole table to play and this whole table to play. We can do this the day before the quiz or as a review. You can make them different, like animals that go across the screen. The default is a rocket, it's called space race. Again, you put in your names or not. So basically very similar. You can see those same questions, but you can play them in a group as a review. So that would be a way you could use it more like the quizzes in the classroom as a review. Any other questions on Dr. Tim? Yeah.
I feel like an account real quick just to look at their quiz popped up. And then I can see the results page.
Yeah.
But I don't see like that. We got the reports.
Oh. See how this is blinking? That means your quiz is still on. You have to hit as the teacher finish. That's a good question. Tom didn't hit that. Remember how I said that finish button to do the quiz? So then when he went to the report screen, he had no reports. The report is not created until you have finished and closed that quiz. And then the report will create right away. Yeah, you can email it yourself. Yeah. So I think we have, what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
About 10. 10, I think.
Okay, so 10 minutes. So I can go through Edpuzzle, or I can let you just play with the things we have already looked at. Huh? Show you? Okay. Okay. So if somebody else wants to play, I'm not offended at all if you're not paying attention and you're instead making your own quizzes or whatever. But I'll move on to Edpuzzle because I love Edpuzzle and it is a lot of fun. Okay, so this says Edpuzzle and Google Classroom only because you can push Edpuzzle out through Google Classroom, but I'm going to tell you I definitely used Edpuzzle before I had Google Classroom, so it's not like a requirement and you can absolutely do it. I just, once I had Google Classroom, I was like, ooh, and it's even cooler now. So I definitely used it before. So Edpuzzle, it allows you to pick videos that are already made, trim them, assign them to students, and then quiz them while they watch. That link, so this presentation is linked in my original presentation. If you click on Edpuzzle, so I'm going to go through kind of, I guess, this part really quickly, because if we slow down and everyone creates an account, then we might not get through it. So I'm going to kind of go through showing you what it does, and you have this if you want to go back. So you just create a free account. It's a teacher account. You click on that Google. You're not signed in to your Google account already. Here, you're going to need to sign in. If you're already signed in, it is going to ask you, you know, can they have your life? And you hit allow. Really what it's asking is, can they access your Google Classroom? Can they see your kids' names? Can they see their emails? Because they're going to assign through Google Classroom. It's just so that they kind of play together. So there's two ways you can have students join your Edpuzzle classroom. If you don't use Google Classroom, which is how I used to do this, a link will just pop up right here. Again, you do need to post that link somewhere that the kids have access to it. They click on it and they enter this code. That's the way around them needing an email and a password and verifying and getting it in. You're setting them up under your account. If you have Google Classroom, this little button appears and it's awesome because you just click it and then right away, all 14 students that are in your period 3, 8th grade Google Classroom dump right into an Edpuzzle classroom called that same thing so that they kind of work together. So it's just a nice added feature with Google Classroom, but like I said, I used this before I had Classroom. The kids do need to make a username and password, but you have access to it on your teacher end, and they don't need the email portion of it through the link. Okay, once you get into Edpuzzle, there are some different options. Search is going to be your first awesome option because you're going to find things other people already made first. My content is going to show videos you've already made. So say I used it last year when I opened my Edpuzzle account next year. That Edpuzzle I used last year is in the My Content section. So you can go back and find anything you used. Teacher page for this class. So I see videos I've assigned, when they were due, what percentage of the class has finished it. And then when I go over here, I can get into some more details. I think that middle one was an extra credit video for me because it was just kind of up for if people finish some other things early, they could watch that video on natural disasters. Once you pick search, there's lots of different ways you can search. You can search your school. So Brian Bolton uses this too. I can always go into my school and go check out all the videos that Bolton assigns his class. Really awesome for 5th grade, 4th grade, 3rd grade. You go to my school, anyone else, because when you set up your account, you can ask the school. Anyone else in your school's videos, their names will be linked there too, and you can see any videos they've used and how they've edited them. You can pick videos from Edpuzzle. So these are people who have already used them on Edpuzzle. They'll look like this. But you can also grab anything from a YouTube link, Khan Academy, National Geographic, TED Talks, all of these videos that are already there. And then they'll put them in your Edpuzzle account, and then you'll have extra features with them. If you go through Edpuzzle, it has been cropped, if you see little scissors. So now somebody took this video and they chopped just 2 minutes and 26 seconds. If you go in this video, you can unchop it from there and pull back, grab more of the video if you want. If it has green question marks, they've already put quizzes in it. So you can look, you can see their quizzes. Again, you can use them, not use them, use parts of them. If they don't have those green question marks, it's just a video and it's kind of like bare and ready for you to start. It has no questions yet. So once you pick a video, you'll get a little button that says use it. Once you use it, it takes you to an editing page and lets you edit it. If you've already looked at it and you like it just as is, you just click copy. It just goes right into your account. But use it, again, lets you change some things. Once you go to share, that's kind of a link. I've never really used that because I always have them answer these through their Edpuzzle account because then I get the information. If you use a share link, it just lets kind of anyone out there watch that video and do those questions kind of more just like for fun. You don't get any data out of it.
How do the questions appear on the screen?
I'll show you.
Give them time to,
It stops the video and the question pops up.
and there's choices.
Yeah, you can do choices or open-ended. So once you hit use it, you're going to have some options there too. And honestly, when you set up an Edpuzzle account, it walks you through a tutorial too. But these are just some of the major buttons you'll use. Click those scissors to crop. Click here to do an audio track. So you're playing the movie, but now Mr. Peel, you want to tell him, hey, in this part, really watch blah, 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 some ancient Egypt, I don't know. Your voice will go over that part of the video. If you click this, you're recording an audio note, so it'll go up to that part of the video, it'll stop. You'll say, hey, in the next section, listen for this. And then they'll have the option to resume the video, but it'll stop the video, it'll make them listen to your note and then continue on.
Now,
And then
what's the
here's
difference between the recorded audio track and?
this goes,
Wow,
movie's still
play.
moving, this stops,
Okay.
listen to what I have to say, movie continues. And then you click here anywhere you want to add a question. So say I liked this video, but I got here and thought, ooh, they just said a good point. I would want to follow up on that. I would just click this, it would pop a new question right wherever I was, and then I would say whatever I want to ask.
Could you, how long could those videos be for the copyright issue? You said 2.5 minutes? Or is this?
Oh, no, this is, you're not sharing this out to the world. So this would be the same as playing this video in your classroom for your kids. So I'll totally double check because I'm saying this out loud now, but I don't think you fall under any copyright issues, especially because I'm on video. So I'm gonna check that. Okay, so you have choices when you put the questions in. You can have open-ended. You do have to go back and grade these then. Versus multiple grading system is so easy. The question pops up, the person's name, what they answered, you hit yes or no, and so question number 1, everyone's name, everyone's answer pops up, and as you hit yes, 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 it kind of scrolls through them. So they do make that part really easy. Or you can just multiple choice and auto grade. Or here you can just add that comment. Now it stops and they can read the comment and move on. Do I have to stop? That might be close to, let's see, what else I had. So yeah, this is kind of how to pick boxes. Oh, this is what the teacher screen's gonna look like when a kid is finished or when the whole class is finished. That's awesome. Use that link and you can go back through it. And then next year I can come in and help you do it in your class too if you want. So let me know.
I think I left mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where to? Got to refuel, you know? I was blinded by it.
Really?
There's random plans there, regardless. Yeah. Sure, really good.
July.
If you send contact message, this is too far back.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. And so we
It was short. She had a concept. Failed. All right, ladies, we're going to jump into reaching diverse learners. Couple of extensions, websites that we're going to talk about that might be beneficial to your kiddos throughout. If this is something that you already use, awesome. If there's anything that you have used really, really well, please just share out. And so maybe for the good of the group, so everybody, and then hopefully at the end we'll have some time to just practice, mess around, add the extent things that you kind of have a better understanding of how these certain things do work. So here we go. What apps can be used to help my diverse learner, and where do I find them? So, familiar with the Chrome Web Store. Or Chrome extensions, it will pop up with Web Store, and it actually already just has its extensions, and if you click on it, but you can search anything that maybe, hey, there might I can use. I guess I should probably make back up what an extension is. So it's yeah, sorry, let me, as I'm going through, I'm like, I should probably back up. Okay, it's basically an add-on. Think of it as an app where your kid allows kids to certain things that they on their Chromebooks. So the things that I go through with you today will get added, and how they get added is they find their way up here in this upper right. Anybody has done Bitmoji today or yesterday? That was an extension that got added on to kind of your bookmark up here. I have, this is like a tab resize that allows me to kind of break my windows down. Allows me to kind of break my screen up if I want to do that. So if I'm working on two documents at the same time, this wasn't so sort of like grading, and I want to put my grades into Teacher Ease, and I'm grading. And I can kind of just import grades and do and go back and forth if I wanted to.
This is much easier to do on the Chromebooks, by the way, I think, just because it will automatically go right into that toolbar. If you have your Dell, it's fine, but I think it's going to ask you to get permission, right?
Yeah, so if you want to grab a Chromebook, you want to get up and grab a Chromebook,
Just before we
please
go
feel
further.
free.
Or over
If
here.
it's something, if you have a Chromebook at home or whatever you want to do, whatever you prefer.
I'm sorry?
This is tab, is it tab size?
Yep, yeah,
Yeah.
tab resize.
Yeah. If I were to type in tab resize. It should pop up. Yeah. In here? If you'd like, it then gives me all these options. And since I already, mine says rated. And so I would just click add to Chrome. And then it'll take you through a series of events like allow, okay, for that full legal spiel that it has to go through. And then it will automatically download and be added.
Is there anybody else with like a Chromebook right now? Because I'm pretty sure with the Dell, you still have to ask permission. I don't think we've taken that off yet, right? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't used my desk. No? Oh, no? Oh, okay. Awesome. Beautiful. Good to know.
I haven't used my desktop in forever, so I don't know.
Yeah, during the school year, we had some problems with extensions. Just means we had asked permission from where we at. That means that
So we just have to click add to Chrome too. Like, where am I going? Hold on. Well, pictures and then add extension.
I have you tell this right here.
It's right there. Now it's right there. So anytime you want to like resize your screens and you want to have two up at the same time or four up at the same time, you just get there. There's two of them. I'm coming. Yes, talk to me. Tab.
If you can sign into Google, connected to your login.
And then it all pops up and it says, you just add to Chrome. You have any? Question. Anybody else need a Chromebook? Yeah, no, that's okay. Okay, so that's one thing. That's just kind of an example. That's something that I use. I find it super helpful instead of like clicking back and forth between windows. Just if you're doing something, yeah, it makes life a little bit easier. Okay, another thing that I have is if you went to, or I think it might be now, is this is kind of a rubric. This is another extension I added. It's called Rubric. Does anybody use Rubric? We use it more so here just because it helps us give rubrics for kids in their writing, and it's a simple, easy app for us to go through and just kind of grade and click, 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 and things like that. That's just something else that I have personally added for me. But the things that we are going to talk about today, you pull up this Chrome web store, okay? When you are on this page, all you have to do is go here and search whatever it is you are looking for. So the first thing that we're going to take a look at is Chrome voice recognition. So what I have here is, and I used Voice Note too. Now, when we pull this up and we kind of search it on the web store, so many different options pop up. You kind of play with it, mess around, see what you want to work with. This one I just found to be the best option. But you are more than welcome to, obviously, to add any extensions you want, try a couple of them, see what you think is going to be best for your students. By no means you have to do this one specifically. So it's called Voice Note 2. So if you go back to the web store and you type in Voice Note 2. Okay, it's speech to text. And since I already downloaded on mine, it just says rated. But when you search it, it'll say add to Chrome. And if you go ahead, you can click that and add it to Chrome. Okay. Voice Note 2. Yeah.
This tool is really nice because it allows some of our students, I had a student who used this consistently in my classroom last year. He had a really hard time typing and communicating through, written word. And it was much easier for him to talk about what he was thinking in his head and convert his words into a Google document. So anytime that I would give the kids a like an assignment that had to be written, he would ask me, he's like, can I go in the hallway and use the Chromebook in order to do speech recognition? And I said, sure, no problem. And it was amazing. When you have a student in your class who's only really able to write about, 3 or 4 sentences in about half an hour because he just can't organize his thoughts, and to have them feel so successful in a writing assignment was very rewarding, both to him and also to me, because I could just see that excitement with him sharing and then reading the assignment and sharing it with this group. He felt like he was able to accomplish the exact same thing in the exact same way, and really we all met our goals then. It was a really great tool to use. It's very easy. I mean, he picked it up like that, yes.
Is it better or about the same as just
I
I
thought
was using that, and it didn't always pick up what he was saying.
this is more accurate.
Okay.
I think that this is a little bit more accurate, because I know there were times with Google Voice, it didn't pick up everything that he was saying, or it would skip words. It didn't really follow his commands. I think this one was more sensitive to his, to his
So I had a
voice.
problem. The child did not say those swear words, but that's certainly what it picked up.
Oh,
That's,
you're like, nope. I have not. I haven't
We don't want
experienced that personally yet. So let's hope that's
Let's keep it that way.
way.
So once it's downloaded, it will go up on this like toolbar up here, and it will show up as this little green microphone. If you click on it, here's what pops up. Okay, and so there's a lot of different features that can be used. You can change the font. I'll show you how to upload it to Google Drive, which is really nice because then you have that from that student. So let's say you're writing a story, you're just doing a quick like quiz or analysis, something. It's right there. It's, they don't have to worry about typing. Sometimes it's difficult. Some kids don't like typing. They don't like writing. Sometimes it's painful for them. So we want to try to make things a little bit on the easier side, more adaptable for them to make life easier. So here is this little microphone. If you click the microphone, when you click it on, it'll turn red, and that means you're recording. And then you just speak. And actually, when you do this, let's see if it pops up. Let's see. Hi. Did it go? Oh, select language. Oh, that's why. Duh. So when you go and you add it, there we go. You have to select this. English. And you can change all the different, you could have different accents and everything. United States, and then obviously, now you can go through, it will ask you to allow the microphone to work.
If you text and if you speak in English, will it do it in Spanish for parents?
It will translate. Ooh, that's a great question.
That's actually not one that I've explored.
No. I wasn't there.
There's an app.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, you could probably upload it and then put it into Google
Yeah.
Translate. Because we had a student that
I just don't find Google Translate
that
accurate.
used was it the iPad? Yes, he used the iPad all year to use Google Translate because he did not speak any English. He had to use it to kind of just be able to communicate with his peers, teachers, everything. So he used Google Translate all the time. Okay, so you have to allow the microphone, and from there you can talk into it. And notice how I'm standing this far away, and it can totally pick up what I'm saying.
That's why if you had a student who needs this feature,
It
I
has
would
to be
always
done
let
in
them
the
go into the hallway where it was quiet. Otherwise, what you're going to end up with is a jungle of everybody's conversations in the classroom. There was one time I had Pandora music playing. We had like the Beatles or something. And it was like picking up some of the words from the song that was on. Like, all right, we're just going
You
to
also have to like say period.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
kind of like when
that's
you
now-
text, if you use your voice to text on your cell phone, same idea.
Is there any way not to get like a microphone or anything like that, or it doesn't pick up all the other noise?
Yes, it is. It does.
I don't have a microphone in my classroom, so I haven't.
They have those little ones.
I mean, sixth grade is a little easier. I trust him to go in the hallway and take 20 minutes to sit and talk, or, we had an aide in the room, so I would send them to the closet, the copy room. That way he at least said somewhere quiet. That was he's like, I didn't say these words. These are not my words. This is a Frozen song mixed in with conversations about math homework, and if you want to spy on your kids, maybe it's a good way to pick up bits and pieces, but it totally works. So, questions? Any other questions?
And honestly, the best way I kind of figured out how to work this and use this was just kind of messing around with it on my own and just seeing the different features and things to work on, and like that translate component. I would have to look into that and see, but that is a really, really great question. But I can't see why if you upload it to your Google Drive, why you couldn't put it in Google Translate from there. Okay. Once this is done, you can upload it, and I'm going to show you how to upload to your Google Drive. So down here at the bottom, there's this little arrow that says Save as File, or Save as File. And right here it says Download. If you click that arrow, it should download to your Google Drive. Okay?
Is it automatic?
It will, but what you have to do is you have to upload the file. So how many of you went to the Great Migration or did anything with uploading files today, yesterday? Same idea. You're just going to click Upload File, and it will appear right there. It's my first thing that was here. I click it, I open it, and so now it's downloading. And it's right there. So then I can click on it and I can reopen it, and opens right into a Google tab.
Upload, you'll find under that blue new button. It's one of the choices.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yep. Okay. Open it. It'll open a Google Doc. You just click on it.
So now it's downloaded.
Whatever you did, whatever the time it was, and then you have it, and then you can organize it in your Google Drive however you want to.
So then go to
Trying to make life easier.
Yeah.
I just remember that being.
And it should pop up.
Yeah.
It'll be whatever it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna clean this.
Question, do you do A, B, C? Which is weird though. Because it's not. No. Okay.
If you need help finding your file, I'm happy to help. Okay. Oh, no, right.
And I guess it's right because like, well, I also assumed that my whole.
Okay, so did you go to the
Right? No.
You said you are text.
Yeah.
I actually.
It's just saying like, yes, I got it. I'm gonna take this.
Okay, so you download it?
Yeah. No, that other thing is a lot.
So now you downloaded it. So you minimize or, go to your Google Drive and do file upload. And it'll pop up. Okay, so you mean it didn't work like you didn't add the extension, or it didn't work because you couldn't upload it?
Oh, really?
Oh, I'm sorry.
File upload.
If it helps in some
You didn't have to.
Oh,
stressful.
yeah, so you should be able to, when you click download, it'll pop up and you can save it. Yeah, you'll have to save it. Yes, make sure that you save it. If you don't save it, it's here yeah. If you are using, if you are using your Dell laptop, And when you download that text, you have to make sure that you save it. When you're using your Dell laptop, you have to make sure you save it. If you don't save it, it's like having a Microsoft Word document open and you don't save it, now it's just gone. So yes, I understand not everyone's going to have books available. So you need to make sure that when you download it, it's going to give you an option, you have to save it. And then when you go to upload it, it'll open up your files and you can still select it and upload it into Google Docs. Does that make sense? Are there questions? Yeah, I didn't think about it. I'm
Yeah,
serious.
no, I know, sorry.
Yeah.
Just like you would save any other file, you just have to save it first.
Any other questions? Can we move on to the next one? Okay, awesome. All right, so this kind of goes through, and this PowerPoint will get pushed out to you guys. It just runs through how to download, upload that specific extension. The next one is Speak It, which is really nice because if you're doing any sort of article, there's anything you want the kids to find online, it's just easier for them to listen instead of actually reading it. All you have to do is go to that website. We'll download the extension. All you have to do is highlight what you want the kids to hear, and then it will play it for them. It will read it to them. So maybe some of your kiddos, it's just, sitting down and reading that front to back article is just too much, or, looking at a computer screen for too long is too much for them. Being able to sit and listen, and if they have headphones, put the headphones in their ears. Nobody's going to know that it's being read to them. Okay, so it's just something different that might be, and maybe you have all the kids do it one day. Maybe it's just something you kind of trial and error experiment with them. So if you go back to that Chrome web store again, and you search Speak It, this will pop up and it'll say add to Chrome. And when you do, this little microphone is whenever you pull up and you highlight, all you have to do is then hit that speaker and it'll read whatever's highlighted, PDF, article, anything that you put down. Maybe there's directions. Yeah. Maybe it's easier for them to listen to the directions instead of reading them themselves. Maybe it's on a Google Doc. Highlight it, press it, it'll read it back to them.
Can they, like if I say, okay, go read this, can they highlight it?
Yeah, absolutely. They can do it themselves. As long as the extension is on the Chromebook for that. So you need to have that extension.
So can we put these like Rose, can we put these on the laptop, this on the laptop?
You should be able to.
I'm putting it on ours. Okay.
Yeah. They're all free. It doesn't cost any money. It's all educational. It's nothing that where I could see where it would be a problem.
This comes in really handy too. Like, how many of you use News ELA? Or if you use, any kind of source that it's just a little too advanced, or maybe the vocabulary is a little too high. It's a really great way to differentiate. So you can have the kids who are struggling, with fluency even, and it'll read it to you so you can hear everything going on. If the language is a little bit higher, if some of the words are kind of tricky, listen to it.
Okay, so Sam just talked about News ELA. If I click on an article and I want my kiddos to read this article, I'm going to highlight what they want them to read. I'm going to click this microphone. And loading. Like that.
Is the volume?
Oh, maybe. No? Yeah. Oh, I probably need speakers, don't I?
Oh,
No, I don't know what I want to change.
Oh, Sorry. This one was from here. It will. I got it.
If you want to try it yourselves, if you want to download, want to add the extension, so it's the same, download the app. If you want to add the extension, you're welcome to try it. You know, if you go to any article and just click that speaker, it's in your top right-hand extension toolbar. So if you have Bitmoji, you'll see Bitmoji. If you added voice note 2, you have that icon. So it's one more icon that's going to be added to your toolbar up at the top. Yes. Sorry, say one more time. Oh yeah, so those are, yep, when you first add the extension, it's going to ask for your preferences. You can change them at any time. But if you want to just default it, you know, it's fine. If you need help, just please raise your hand. Yep, you can type in anything, like even if you just want to add something from like Wikipedia and try it out, it'll, once you highlight and you click that speaker in the top right hand, it'll read it to you.
Okay, so can we open up?
I do. Yeah. Okay, so if you go to more, yeah, and it should be there. Yes. No problem. If you're ever looking for anything else too, I know there's some questions about it. You can go to your Google, your G Suite, and click on more.
So if I highlight.
Yep. You just have to make sure your volume's on too.
Is it?
There it is. Yeah, so turn your volume on. You have to make sure your volume is on.
Class of 2013, we're in the
Beautiful. So working on it.
Got it? Okay.
I like the
Oh, yeah, let's, okay. Oh, there you go. There it is. Okay. So highlight it, and then you're going to click that speaker, and it'll give you like a thinking. Did you hear it? There we go. Oh. There it goes. Okay. Do you hear it now? Yeah.
It is so cool.
So we use it a lot for, I don't know,
I can see why you would.
language, reading. Are we good? Okay.
Yes.
I don't think it'll do a video. I don't think it'll do a video. Will it not do a PDF? I don't think so. No, I said like, not a PDF, like I pulled up a PDF.
Oh,
Now when it's speaking, is there a way to technically use a PDF too, though? Well, when it's speaking, is there a way to pause it?
Right here in the spinning circle.
Or
If you want to pause the speech or pause the text as it's reading, you just click that center circle in the top right hand. You just click on it and it's good. Oh yeah, yours is different.
This mouse did. Because heavy Palmer, but now it won't, how do I get it to play?
You should be able to get that speaker. Maybe, did you add the top one to speak it? Okay, hang on 1 second.
No, this is something different.
Oh, no, we just found that out. I typically, like, when I have an article for students, I post it in my classroom, and you are So for some reason, if you so right. So if you have a website for reading, Yes, yes. I this weekend, I can see if I can find it.
I guess I'm so used to it now. Sarah would get so mad.
You drive me crazy.
Let me play around with it and I will definitely get back to you. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
I'm sure that they have other extensions and apps that do. I'll play with it this weekend and I can trace that through. Okay. Yeah, I will play with it.
So wait, what did you do? Hold on, I don't know.
As we're kind of going through and playing, it sounds like most of us have it working. Classroom for like everybody. It's really for that one student who just really cannot focus or can't has comprehension when he's reading on his own long and make sure that he's reading and listening along. As much as I think we'd all love to be able to read to our kids all the time, there is something to be said about using this as using it as a tool for when not necessarily relying solely on it for the whole class every day, all the time. Does that make sense? All right. I think that, as long as we're using these tools, like with fidelity for the kids who need them and who could really benefit with them, otherwise we're just giving them a tool that will, enable them to not stretch their own thinking muscles, as we say. It is a great tool to have. Does it work for everybody? Did everyone? All right, awesome. Are we good over there?
Yeah.
Yes. How do you delete an extension?
Yeah.
So when you double, if you have do you have a Chromebook or a Dell?
Dell.
Okay, if you right click, it should give you that choice. Yep. Yeah, I know our goal for next year, considering we will eventually be getting Chromebooks for every student, is maybe putting the tools that just that student needs consistently into their Chromebook and not maybe putting this one in or voice note into every child. I'm sorry?
These are only for Chromebooks?
You can add them to the Dell. You can. Like if you have a laptop cart. I'm sorry?
Intel.
Okay, yeah, you should be able to add them as well for the students.
Okay, and then you have to be in Google to use it?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
you do. Yes,
Okay.
you have to be in Chrome. Correct.
In Chrome.
Yeah.
Like on the website? I'm a little confused by that.
Chrome is your browser.
Right, Chrome is the browser. Okay, I
Yes.
knew that.
I know, there's so much lingo.
So you have to just be on Chrome.
Correct.
And then you can leave.
Yes,
So it'll really work with any computer.
it will,
As
once,
long as you're in Google Chrome.
correct, yep. And if you want to have it for computers, like, yes, talk to your IT building
No,
manager
it's
person.
selfishly for my-
Oh, totally, go for it. No, honestly, I think it's amazing. I really wish that.
If you can push it out.
Yeah.
So if it's something that you want.
Yeah, I had the wrong one. Because I have space.
Anything that we add here as well, you can add to an iPad, you can add to, Meet, any kind of, utility that you use in your classroom, we can add these to it and it'll help. I know, they're fun to play with. They really are. And if you need to change the settings, you're able to as well on this. You can do anything you need. All right, so the next one. Do we want some time to play with this? Want to see some more?
No, I want to see more.
Okay, I promise we'll have time to mess around with whatever you need to mess around with.
Is this the last? Yeah. I don't know. What do you I know.
All right, so we have Rewordify. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Rewordify. If you go back to the Chrome, that's all good. You take your time. If you go back to the Chrome web store and you can type it in, Rewordify. Back to the Chrome web store, back to your like extension, shopping, you know, love it. I like just browse through it when I have time just to go through and see what else I want.
Is it like the App Store where it like shows you like the top 10 most popular?
Yep.
Okay. It doesn't work. It says
Rewordify doesn't?
No, it doesn't.
Does it app, maybe?
Shoot. Okay. All right, I got this. Did they get rid of Rewordify? Rewordify is no longer available. Yeah, go to Rewordify.com. Yeah, they used to have it. You could go for it. That's fine. If you go to Rewordify.com, because I know they have this too. And it shows you exactly, yeah, they used to have something up here. It's kind of glitchy. All right, so Rewordify is really nice because what it does is it simplifies any text that you put in here, Rewordify.com. And you have two ways that you can use this. You can either copy and paste the URL, or you can copy and paste the passage that you want to have reworded. So again, it's similar to Newsy.LA if you're familiar with the website, with that, that tool where you can go and choose the lexile that you want the passage to be in. This is a little bit nicer because instead of just subtracting content, eliminating content, it really does exactly what it says. It simplifies it. So if you go in there and you can try it out, if you pick any article, so I don't know if SARB is. So you can choose any piece of text. Let me find one. Let's see. What do we? Ooh, historic free solo climb. That sounds. I heard about this guy. Person ever to scale El Capitan. All right. So when, like, let's say that this article, it's in the max lexile. And you can copy then, highlight it. Whoop. And then if you copy, you just paste it in. And now we have the same text and it shows you what it's changing here. So again, for your differentiated reader, for your readers who may need a little bit of a extra assistance or leg up on things, if vocabulary is something that you have a student and they're struggling with it, this is a really great way for them to read the same content at their level. You can kind of see up here all the different tools that are included. You even have like a little nifty timer up here.
Can you level on here?
This is not one that I use a whole lot. So I do use reword if I have to find. This one is not,
but
it is the alignment.
it's really nice for, let's say, you're doing anything where maybe there's a really great article that you find, but you know the vocab, the content is just gonna be way over their heads. Can you make it even lower, like can you level it? You can't, but what the nice thing about it is everything that is highlighted, if you put your cursor over it, you put the arrow over it, it tells you what the original word was, it reads it to you, it gives you a definition so that you can even break down that vocab so that you know what it is and kind of the context of what it's being used for. So, I mean, it could be geared more towards the middle school, but it's something that you guys can definitely use. You know, once again, if you have an article that found you're like, this is really awesome, I really want to have use this with my kids, but I think it might be a little bit over their heads, you can always just throw it into Rewordify and it will change it for you. Yeah. Yeah.
And you can see down here, they do have like vocabulary lists and things. It can be saved and shared. So this is a tool more for the reading as opposed to the writing. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I assume is a lot, I'll be honest here. That's typically why I'm not. We had one student at the beginning of the year who used this pretty frequently. But I really pull in a lot of new ZLA, which is used if you don't use it. It's totally free to sign up for News ELA. I use it very frequently. They have really nice text sets. So for example, this year at the beginning of the year, we read the BFG and Matilda. So Mrs. Atkins, Kate Atkins, and I split our group up. And it was really nice because within News ELA, newsela.com, you're able to differentiate the text level. It finds related articles. Like for the BFG, we did an article about dreams. We did an article on like true life people who have gigantism, things like that. Just kind of interesting, nonfiction articles. They're pretty good quality. And then on the right-hand side, I like how I keep going back to my Chromebook. That is not the one set up. On the right-hand side, you can see that you can choose your Lexile. So this is max. Oh. So it's pretty high. That's why we have words like ascent and achieve this feat. So you can kind of hear it. And then obviously you can kind of drop it down. So now we're at 960 instead of the Lexile, and it'll tell you like what grade it's more geared to. So up at the top you can see this is geared towards grade level 6, word count. that are connected, and you can choose the different questions that you want to include in there. I really like the short answer where it has, like, you know, main idea and theme, provide a piece of evidence, how do you know? And it's a good way for them to just kind of recap and make sure that they understand what they've read. Typically what I do at the end then is I have them write a quick analysis on how it's connected to our novel. Things like that. It is really nice. If you don't use it, it's so easy. They've got a great number of things, and you can choose the category that you want. So they have, you know, right now, like politics is obviously a really big hot topic in the news, current events. But then they have really fun and interesting things like this guy who climbed a 3,000-foot cliff without anything but his hands and feet in chalk, I guess, like chalk for his hands. So just, yeah, just kind of like random, fun, interesting, higher level, if that's what you're looking for, pieces of text. And typically it only goes down, I think the lowest I've seen it, some of the articles is grade level 3. But again, if you pop this into Rewordify, it will still make that level 3 like basic. It'll also read to them if you use one of your other like Speak It extensions. So just a good way to include some more, I know this is the buzzword right now, but high level text and rigor and differentiation in your instruction, no matter where you are and what you teach. So there are a lot of other tools that you can use. And the really nice part about Google is that it's inherently differentiated. So if you guys just want to play around with some of this stuff. Okay. Well, we have like 10 more minutes. So if you want to mess around with any of the extensions, you can go to the Chrome Web Store and play around with it. Absolutely, please do.
So the issue that came in earlier, if we as staff want to download these extensions, we can do that right away. But if a student does it on their machine, they have to get permission first.
Yeah.
So there will be a process for that. So if there's an extension you want to add to a student machine, there'll be a form that we have to fill out. It's approved by the principal, and the principal will then get attendance. Does that make sense? It's like if you want to download the extension on the students, that app has to be unblocked. Once it's unblocked, then it can be downloaded.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So the sooner the better.
Yeah.
So if we have it in before the year started, we get the Rose, the Jeff, the Steve.
I think for Peacock, we have it on a Google form. It's in our buildings folder. You just request, you say your name, the grade level you teach, what the app or extension is, and if you want it on all of the machines or some of them, and Jeff and Steve will make sure that they get that in there for us. But there are a lot of great tools, especially through Google, where you can differentiate. They're constantly updating, constantly finding new things. Most of them are free. And it's a really great tool to use for the kiddos who just kind of need a little bit of a, bridge to help them get to those skills that we need them to get to. Are there other questions on any of these extensions or tools? Mr. Peel, are you okay? What's wrong? I'll help you. Feel free to browse through the web store. And if you need help with something, I'm obviously willing to help. Fluency Tutor?
Yeah.
Did I miss that one?
Yes, the last one.
Oh, I'm a dope. I'm so sorry. All right, Fluency Tutor, everything. Okay, last one is Fluency Tutor. Sorry, guys, I skipped it.
Can we go back into the store?
Yes, so this one, if you go back to the Chrome Web Store.
wonder how much.
and you type in Fluency Tutor. And I know this is something that you probably use at, more so at Benson and Franzen, than we do at the middle school level. But what is really nice about this, and I'm gonna kind of put a disclaimer on this, if this is something you do want to use, there is like a Premier kind of package that goes with it for like a free 30-day trial type of thing. So if this is something that you kind of want to use, I would wait till the beginning of the year so that you can play with all of the kind of gadgets that come with it. Because if you start it now, then that 30-day Premier, some of the things that come with it might go away. You still have access to a majority of it, but some of the cooler things might kind of disappear. So it might be something come August, you start kind of playing around with, and you say, hey, this is really cool, and then you get that month worth, and then maybe discussions, you know, if this is something that you guys really like, I believe there's an amount that you pay per year to have that premium of this Fluency Tutor. But what it does is, it pops up with the screen that allows you, and it works very much like Google Classroom. Your kids would be added in there by a code that you receive. So you would get the code, you would sign up, you would log in, put all your information in, then your kids would add the code to be part of your classroom. What it does, helps monitor it will, mine might not.
After center story.
Okay, so here's how this will work. When it gets downloaded, it downloads to the kids tab. So it's the kids who have the extension. You will go in on the website, and you will log in on the website on your own. And then they can have, you click. Yeah. Oh, extension. We want the extension or the app? So the extension, you want the app. The kids would have the extension. Because that's where they're going to go on and they're going to log in through, and then they're going to be able to access whatever articles. So what happens is you will be able to, this is what your site would look like. And so you can upload, yeah. So wait till I would say closer to August to kind of download this, log in, access it. And what it does is it has a huge file of articles, passages, readings that you can push out to your kids. You can differentiate like you can in Google Classroom, where you can send different passages, different readings to your kids depending on where they fall, lexile level. You can do age, you can do grade level. You can really kind of vary which articles and passages that are going to work for them. It pushes up to them. They read, there's a quiz that gets attached to it, and then the results get pushed right back to you. And what it does is you can then look and see where they are, where they progress to. You can give instant feedback. Awesome, it's like a check mark, awesome. No, try again, redo, whatever it may be. So it's really nice. It's something that I haven't used in a while just because you don't use it up here as well or at the middle school level, but it is something that I used when I was teaching third grade, and it was awesome. It was awesome. And it's super easy. Kids are on their Chromebooks, plugged in, like the headphones, they can have it run to them, they can do everything, and then everybody can kind of work at the same time. Or if you want to just take your group together and the other kids are working on something else, that works. And so you have the full version? I have the full version, yes. And then so that's something that at the beginning of the year, you want to assess and see where the kids are at and where they start at and where you need to push them to by the end of the year. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
You want the extension or the kids?
The kids have the extension, you have the app. Yes, because then what they have is on their computers, they would just hit the extension and it automatically logs them in with their Google login. And then it opens up to their page and they go in and they do their work and then it gets pushed back to you on the end.
So what does it cost?
I think it's a yearly cost. I want to say it might be like $59 a year or something like that. But I don't know how many people that pushes out to. Like, is that just you? Is that like a school? Yeah, so that's something else that you would have to look into. If that's something that you guys really, really liked and you found the app useful, maybe that's something that can be discussed.
How do you get to your apps on the Chromebook?
On the Chromebook.
I don't have the little.
So if you go, same place, web, where am I?
Yeah.
So on here, you would use the Fluency Tutor for Google as the teacher.
No, I got you that. But like I'm trying to actually
Favorites
see
bar.
my.
Oh, if it pops up on there.
No, I don't want it on the web. Like I can't even like see my apps that I have.
But my name
Oh,
goes.
she's got a little app, but. Save it as
Yeah, that's just the
that was just the website.
Oh, right.
Thank you. This is like more.
This shows us.
Yeah, she said don't sign in.
Right.
We'll change it. We'll charge you like that.
So I want to get started on it.
All your.
Let me just see right now, I'm getting ticket. I tried it.
So this that's all on each
Can I just bookmark it? So I tried it. Yes, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Just bookmark it. But it's few days. But we don't log in.
Just scroll down. Just go down.
Well, I just want to remember it.
And this is kind of nice. This is kind of nice. This is
So I just put that to the mark.
So at least if you could download your phone, your computer, your Chromebook, tablet, everything that you could possibly do. And then all of your extensions will always show. And then it should show at all your.
Demo version first, I mentioned that. Good try. $59 an hour.
I want it. Want it.
We say I want it. Can I have it?
It might be working. Well, wait, shut up.
I want it.
Figure it out.
So you want the.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want it right now.
Yeah.
I want it to everything.
Chrome, colon, backslash.
Thanks. You're the best.
I try to be, I do,
Good on here.
Video
Search on
probably.
that machine.
I mean, well, going about considering it's easier. I used to nowadays, so. I just got, I do what to do. It's not her, it's like a distraction. She's just there. Oh, but yeah.
well, it's interesting, so I would like to explore it.
But if you sign up, like.
Password, I test the test.
Well, yeah, sign up for those classes.
Did you show up?
So I also have.
Right.
I don't even try it.
Okay, so if you want to sign up, you have.
Right.
All right, we're done until noon, so I'm gonna stop this and restart it. I'll send you another link around noon time.